live from Fox 39 and your home team. Eyewitness News in the morning starts now.
Happening right now at 8, a violent weekend across the state line. Multiple people shot, 2 killed. The latest on the investigation and what we're learning this morning.
And Rockford's top cop, the future of him with the force could be decided soon after complaints are made over comments he made during a string of shootings. We'll talk about the timeline coming up.
And later, another popular attraction attempting to reopen after coronavirus. This theme park weathering a roller coaster of emotions this year, like so many other businesses. We'll tell you what it means for them and really what it could mean for our Six Flags as well. But good morning to you. Beautiful shot of downtown Rockford. A great start to your Monday morning. If you were with us a few minutes ago.
And a loud start, too, if you were tuning in just a couple minutes ago.
We had the smoke alarms going. Michelle's doing some cooking with our guests.
That's kind of a normal thing for you if you're making in the cooking.
Whenever
in the kitchen.
I'm cooking, and there's always the smoke alarms going out. Chaz yells out the windows, "Whitney's cooking again!" to all the neighbors. So yeah,
it was nice though. I haven't heard our smoke alarm before. She's very nice. She's lets you know what's going on. She's smoke has been detected and then smoke is gone.
I felt like it was calm and really under control.
So everyone's safe. Just so you know, everyone's okay. The stakes are safe. That's probably most important.
I was saying that's the best way to just clear out the building. We get the smoke alarms going and then we go in.
Everyone got to get out.
We go get the steak. We go get the lobster. I think it's a good idea.
Well, the steak master here in studio is our own meteorologist, Joey Marino, who used to work at Texas Roadhouse. You know everything about making steaks. Joey, I don't think you would burn them or start any smoke alarms. I don't know.
We'll see about that. It's been a little bit since I've actually pan-seared a steak, but yeah, medium's my kind of steak, and it's just like the pan. It's going to be a nice hot and humid afternoon. Temperatures this afternoon climbing back into the low 90s with heat index values in the low to mid 90s. So definitely need to take that heat safety precautions once again for this afternoon. And you can already see temperatures soaring into the upper 70s, low 80s across the area. 78 here in Rockford, 76 in Rochelle, 80 up in Monroe, 75 in Savannah, and 79 up in Janesville. Satellite radar, pretty dry out there so far. Nothing showing up just yet. But if you're thinking about going out there and getting around to golf and at the golf course, just do it early on, because this is when the temperatures are comfortable. But once we get into the afternoon, that's when we'll start to feel hot and humid with highs in the low 90s. Let's take a look at our first Warren interactive radar. You can see the dry start out there with all the sunshine. I'll have more on that, plus to tell you when you can go outside and grill some steaks of your own. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Joey. New this morning, Rockford fire is on the scene of a structure fire. This is over on North Mulford, just north of Gulford Road. We do have a couple pictures from the scene. You see there a lot of smoke coming from the top floors. This is coming from Rockford Fire. They tweeted these pictures out. We'll, of course, continue to keep you updated on air and online.
A violent 4th of July weekend. 2 people are dead, others hurt after multiple shootings across the state line.
Yeah, let's start with the latest out of Freeport, where this morning police still investigating a shooting that left a man dead and hurt 5 others. It happened around 12:20 Sunday morning on South Carroll Avenue, not too far from Galena Avenue. Officers saying a 23-year-old Freeport man died on the way to the hospital. We're still waiting on his name. 5 more victims, including 2 men and 2 women, also hurt in that shooting. It's all still under investigation. Freeport police do not have a description of any of those suspects.
And Rockford search is on this morning for the gunman who shot and killed a man on the city's south side. Happened about 12:30 Sunday morning at the Orton Case housing development on Score Street. Police say that victim was shot to death. They are now searching for suspects. This is one of several shootings being investigated this morning. Another one taking place on Birch Court between 15th Avenue and Buckby. 2 victims actually ended up driving themselves to the hospital. And now a man is also in serious condition after a shooting on Liberty Drive and Kilburn Avenue. Again, that man taken to the hospital.
Well, this violence comes on the heels of a heated debate involving Rockford's top cop. We're looking ahead to tomorrow morning. A formal citizen complaint against Rockford's police chief, Dan O'Shea, will be heard by the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners regarding teenage gun violence. That complaint alleging O'Shea's comments violated the department's policies against biased policing. Specifically, it says O'Shea is biased against 16 and 17-year-olds. The meeting is scheduled from 10 in the morning on Tuesday at City Hall. We'll, of course, have full coverage on air and online on Eyewitness News.
Well, meantime, disturbing developments in the search for a missing soldier. This happened at Fort Hood back in April.
Yeah, this morning a suspect in this case will make her first court appearance.
This morning, more than 2 months later, confirmation that investigators have identified the remains of Army soldier Vanessa Guillen, as her family claims the Army did not take her disappearance seriously.
I'm not just going to stay grieving in my room because I know Vanessa wouldn't want that. She wants justice.
Guillen was last seen April 22nd outside her barracks at Fort Hood in Killeen, Texas. Investigators found her remains in late June, 20 miles from the base.
Why it happened? Why it took this long?
Investigators say Army Specialist Aaron Robinson took his own life after being identified as a suspect. This morning, his alleged accomplice, Cecily Aguilar, will make her first court appearance, accused of helping dismember and hide Guillen's body. Aguilar is the estranged wife of a former soldier at Fort Hood. According to attorneys for Guillen's family, Aguilar told investigators that Guillen saw a picture of her on Robinson's phone and threatened to report Robinson for adultery, which is a crime in the military. But Guillen's family does not believe that was the motive. They say Robinson was sexually harassing Guillen.
Vanessa's father, her sisters all said that's not like Vanessa to want to report someone for having an affair. What we believe is she probably was telling him she was going to report him about the sexual harassment.
Investigators say they found no evidence that Guillen was sexually harassed. Army officials are defending their handling of the case.
What I was able to share was tempered by my responsibility to protect the integrity of the investigation so that we could A, find Vanessa, B, prosecute those responsible for this travesty.
Well, shifting gears this morning, we can now check out our favorite books again. It's been a while since we've done that. Rockford Public Library locations reopening today under new safety protocols. Customers must have their library card when you enter. You also have to wear a mask and practice social distancing. A list of items can be viewed on library kiosks just to minimize contact with other customers. There are some different hours for each library. Those are all listed, though, on our website, mystateline.com. Well, start practicing your swing if you're a golfer. Golf Sunday Fun Days back at Ingersoll and Sinisippi golf courses. Golfers can play 9 holes, offering a range of different skill levels. Participants can start the week in a relaxing setting. I know that's kind of nice to do while moving at your own pace.
It's good to unplug from social media and the news and all that stuff. There's plenty of that for the rest of the week, and sort of come out and just to have some fun with friends and be with them. That's, I think we all need more of that.
Well, the all-ages golf events are hosted every Sunday at 3 o'clock from now until mid-October. Plenty of time to do that. Admission, just $5 a person.
Well, a man takes a bike trip, a long one, to see family.
And Six Flags is now open this morning for visitors in New Jersey. It's on today's uplifting stories. So day one was for season pass holders only before the park welcomed the general public on July 4th. But everyone must make a reservation online before visiting. Lots of changes, though, taking place. Of course, you got to meet social distancing and sanitary guidelines. So when you walk through the gates, your temperature is checked. Then they have a touchless bag check. Everyone must wear a face mask as well. Just imagine that in the heat right now. But there are some areas kind of around the park where you can take a break from that and take your mask off.
Well, Shaquille Avery celebrating his 24th birthday, returning to a medical center where they saved his life. And he says he's just so grateful, thanking everybody you see him, giving hugs for just all that they did.
Well, Chad Koval, he lost his job a couple of months ago just because of this COVID-19 pandemic. So he decided to do something about it, though. He wanted to challenge himself. He bought a new bike, excuse me. He lives in Georgia now, but he's from Pittsburgh. So he decided he wanted to travel home, visit family and friends, and he wanted to do it on that new bike. It took him 24 days. He traveled about 130 miles every day, staying at campgrounds, hotels along the way. When he arrived, of course, a lot of people excited. Big celebration there for him.
I don't know how he could do this.
130 miles every day.
We went around the block, and I couldn't. I was like, all right, we're done
Sawyer,
here.
Looks like the bike's all done.
That's not it. Now let's get in the car. Well, a 130-year-old Texas man now in the Guinness Book of World Records. We told you about him, but now it's official. He's the oldest person to ever jump out of an airplane. And this is
There's no way he looks great for 103.
And he did it on his 100th birthday, too. So he's just, this is a tradition for him. Look at him gliding in.
Wow.
Okay, see, we need to step it up, Elliot.
All right, well, time now.
Now, your first warm weather forecast with meteorologist Joey Marino.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Monday. The last 5 days has featured temperatures in the upper 80s and low 90s. You can see over the 4th of July weekend, Friday we had 93 for a high, and then Saturday we had 93 as well, 92 as we head into Sunday yesterday. But that just makes for the 10th hottest stretch of start to the month on record, with the average high of 89.5 degrees. Now we're going to continue that way as we head into the start of our day today and also into the afternoon. Taking a live look at a Mercy Health SkyTrack camera over downtown Rockford. Pretty start out there with temperatures in the low to mid 70s. Some of us getting closer to that 80-degree mark out there. 78 here in Rockford, 76 in Rochelle. We're at 75 in Freeport, 80 up in Monroe, 79 in Janesville, and 78 in Sterling. But dew points continue to rise. They're in the mid to upper 60s this morning, so it feels slightly humid out there for those that are heading out for the drive into work during the midday hours, or I'm sorry, the mid-morning hours, and also we're going to see that continue into the afternoon as well. But pretty dry start out there. You can see a few passing clouds moving through the Dubuque area into Rockford as well. Maybe an isolated shower earlier on, but still it's going to be a dry start to the day, and that's going to lead to a pretty dry day overall for the state line. The only thing that we are seeing on radar so far is this cluster of showers and thunderstorms that continue to move into southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. That's not going to be bothering us too much as we carry out our day today, but we do have a chance for an isolated thunderstorm later on today. So let's take a look at that using Futurecast. You can see as we head into the afternoon, around 3-4 o'clock, that's when we start to see all of that heat and humidity begin to build, and that will lead to an isolated shower or thunderstorm for this evening. Now, everything with these showers are going to be short-lived. They're not going to produce anything severe, but we are going to see them produce light to moderate rain if they can sustain themselves. But like I said, short-lived and should be done by sunset. Now, as we go into the rest of our night tonight, going to remain pretty quiet out there, mild and slightly humid into the morning tomorrow with temperatures in the low 70s. Now, temperatures quickly climb back into the low 90s for the afternoon tomorrow. You can see that we do have another chance for a few isolated showers and thunderstorms after 3 o'clock. Stretching through sunset, I think we get to see an isolated shower or two go into the overnight hours, but they should be done by midnight, leaving us pretty quiet as we wake up on Wednesday morning. Now, there's going to be a little uptick in humidity, especially with those dew points in the upper 60s for today and tomorrow, then climbing into the low 70s for Wednesday and Thursday. And with temperatures still in the low to mid 90s, that does make for heat index values at 92 to 96 for today and tomorrow, and then 96 to 101 for Wednesday and Thursday. So definitely a stretch of weather where you should practice heat safety. If you're going to be outside for a prolonged period of time, just make sure to take frequent breaks in shade and also drink plenty of water. We're still going to be seeing the above average trend as we head into the next 8 to 14 days, although a cold front's going to come through Friday morning, and that's going to bring temperatures down into the 80s for the upcoming weekend. But up until then, no sign of relief for this heat and humidity. 95 on Wednesday, 93 going into Thursday afternoon. Back to you.
All right, want to go to the latest out from the world of entertainment.
Yeah, here's today's Hollywood highlights.
This is a bad idea.
Turns out that filming a movie in the middle of a pandemic isn't an impossible mission after all. The British government is now allowing small groups of essential cast and crew to enter the UK, but under strict guidelines. It's great news for Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible 7, which will now be able to resume production, as will another potential blockbuster, Jurassic World Dominion. Pharrell Williams is one happy man. Netflix just picked up the singer-songwriter's new reality series, Voices of Fire. The show takes place in his hometown of Hampton Roads, Virginia, and follows the hitmaker as he puts together a gospel choir. Williams and his team will be looking for undiscovered talent of all ages and backgrounds. Voices of Fire debuts later this year.
Well, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson takes the top spot as Instagram's highest paid celebrity. Get this, Whitney. According to the social media marketing firm Hooper HQ, he makes a little more than $1 million for one sponsored post. What?
Oh my!
It's the easiest thing you have to do. The actor beats out model and influencer Kylie Jenner. That's surprising. She makes $986,000 per sponsorship.
That's crazy.
That's one post.
But I will say that whenever he posts, I'm listening. I pay attention to it. I just think he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's crazy. That's a lot of money.
Well, Kanye West is, quote, trusting God and running for president of the United States. He announced this on Twitter that he's running for the country's top office in 2020. The Chicago native getting some high-tech support from Tesla CEO Elon Musk, who says that he will support West in his run. West making a similar announcement for the White House in 2019, but said he was going to run in 2024. It's not known if West already has a campaign staff. I don't know when the idea started, and we're just kind of following it as it goes.
A lot of questions still there about that.
Well, he's the voice behind rock staples, including "Come Sail Away" and "Lady."
And Dennis DeYoung has just released the first of a pair of albums he's now describing as his last. Let's take a look at Music Monday.
It's so hard to say goodbye, so I promise not to cry.
Dennis DeYoung has dropped the first of a pair of albums, wrapping up his recording career with 26 East Volume 1.
And I thank my lucky stars that we've come so very far.
It's my final album, although it's now Volume 1 and Volume 2 because there were just too doggone many songs that we wrote. My buddy Jim Peterick, who wrote Eye of the Tiger and a bunch of other songs, and the president of the record company, kept after me like a nagging person for 3 years to do this record. I didn't want to do it anymore, Rick. I just didn't. And they convinced me to do it. I'm so glad I did. It's my chance to say goodbye to all the fans of Styx and myself who have given me this, as you can see, this incredible life.
To the good old days when the world was new.
The album features DeYoung duetting with Julian Lennon on "To the Good Old Days."
If I hadn't seen his dad's band on Ed Sullivan, I don't know what I would have done with my life. Seeing that moment, as so many musicians from my generation will tell you, it was an epiphany.
To the good old days when we all were young, to the love we shared, may our songs be sung.
On my last album, I wanted to pay tribute. So I wrote this song as a tribute, and then I thought, I wonder if I could get Julian Lennon to sing with me. I never met him. I just sent it to him cold. But I was a fan. So he wrote back he would be honored to do it. I went, really? What a universe this can be sometimes.
All right, well, you made a steak for breakfast, Michelle. Now you're helping us with some dinner. Tell us what we need to do today.
Thankfully, I wasn't actually in charge of the steak, just the mushrooms I burned.
You're right.
But
I'm
they're
looking.
good.
It's right over here too.
Yeah,
It's been with us all morning. Yeah.
So yeah, have steak, lobster, mushrooms, mashed potatoes, and cocktails for breakfast.
That works.
And then for dinner, you're gonna have ice cream. That is our plan today on the Good Day calendar for July 6th. Have ice cream for dinner. Ice cream, of course, is big in July. It is National Ice Cream Month, so you might as well have it for dinner. So I thought we'd talk about some local ice cream shops that I'm sure would appreciate your business as you choose to have ice cream for dinner today. We have Dairy Depot, of course, as an option. Sips and Sprinkles.
Where's that one?
That one is in Belvedere.
It's so cute.
I was just going to say, it's so adorable.
Cute.
I honestly think that when I was there, I had coffee, so I can't even tell you anything about the ice cream.
No, we had the ice cream. I'll tell you it's good, but I don't discriminate against the ice cream.
And all of these ice creams are great. Dairy House.
Yes,
we know of Dairy House very well. Zamuto's, of course, has some really great.
Love Zamuto's.
So
I love all of these.
That's a place I always take when people visit. You know, they have the unusual, and it's what is that? Flavored ice, or is it Italian ice, Michelle?
I think so. I want to say they call it something else.
Yeah, Italian ice with ice cream.
And then they mix it with ice cream, and it's so good. And they have this lemon ice cream.
It's the best.
That is a good one.
Oh, I've been going there forever.
Kimberly's is also really cute. That's in Midtown. It's named after the owner's daughter, Kimberly. So
I have
that's
not been to
Kimberly's.
Where's Kimberly's?
I can get you the address later.
She's like, don't put me on the spot right now.
Yeah, no. And then, of course, some more. We have Cold Stone. Culver's has great custard. We know that one of our guys in the booth loves Culver's a lot. Sugar Jones, of course, has ice cream as well. Dairy Ripple.
Yes, love Dairy
and
Ripple.
Dairy Queen. I feel like the Rockford area is home. I mean, Dairy Queen, obviously national, but home to a lot of places that start with dairy.
We should do it. We should do an ice cream crawl. You know?
We should. Let's do it
All
tonight
about
for
that.
dinner.
Can we start this today?
Can we? Yeah, let's do it all. I have to say though, my favorite out of all of those, I don't know if I can pick a favorite, but one surprising one is a Dairy House. They actually have this oatmeal cookie ice cream, and I don't like oatmeal cookies. Yeah. But their oatmeal cookie ice cream every year. It's so good.
Try it out. All right. Thanks, Michelle. We'll be right back with our headlines.